Storm, you know, doing a new podcast again. Some new stuff we try to talk about, current events. My big brother to my right.
John Roberts, aka Big School.
Biggs, Matt, whatever you want to call it. The name is just a name. It's good.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my man Alex, aka
Yeah,
Kaz.
here.
He's not here right now. He's taking care of a lot of business. But do me a favor, bring home this paper, baby. You gotta pay some commercials for me.
That's what's up. So, fellas, how y'all want to start this off? What's the current events?
Well, first, I'd like to say thank you to everyone for viewing us. Getting a lot of positive feedback. People feeling the movement. You know, we got a lot of moves to make 2018. Not just us, you know, we got things in fact, things taken off. But for you, the viewers, 2018 is around the corner. We got the holiday season, which every day's a holiday for us because, you know, we give God thanks every day. We take care of business every day. But right now, we're gonna take a chance to talk about, you know, a couple of things that's going on. You know, I see a lot of people. It's cool, man. I see a lot of people going crazy over holiday shopping, and you know, all that's good, all that's smooth to me. But you know, let's not forget the reason why. You know, we're doing these things, but we're doing this every day. You know, some people say it's religious reasons, some people say it's family. To each their own. But you know, I just urge everybody to be safe, respectful. I see a lot of car accidents out there. I see a lot of you know, unfortunate things, and I see a lot of kids out there poor, sad, hungry. You know, it's about them. You know, so let's make these moves and keep in mind the right things. Not just because we trying to get this Nintendo Switch for Christmas. You know, keep for the kid. You know what I mean? We're trying to do this for the kids. We're trying to do these for bigger, better cause. You know, so you see the Christmas trees and stuff, the lights, feel cozy, feel family, feel warm. But
Facts.
But also try to do something for the community, do something for kids that don't have, do things for your fellow man to uplift them. Right now in society, so much negativity, hatred, animosity, darkness, and you know it's always like that. But the media and technology,
sensationalize a little bit.
it's not, yes, and technology allows you to view it a lot more. Technology lets you experience things. You know, you pick up your phone, check out what's going on in another part of the world or something. So see a lot of negativity. And to me, I just feel like, you know, if there's 9 people and one person's negative, the media wants to emphasize on that one person that's being so negative. So the responsibility to uplift everybody else is those 9 people. You can't just sit around and say that's messed up. Somebody got to take charge and say, listen, it's all on me to make these moves happen, you know?
I think part of it is also, it's not as much the media as that it's also a reflection of people as a whole. And you know, the media as much power as it holds, it still only gives people what it wants. And we allow it to have that power to make everything negative or darker because conflict and drama sells. That's all we care about.
Right.
People, you know, the videos that go viral is people are getting beat up, people getting jumped, people doing fucked up things that's funny. Like, I don't know the whole story. You were talking about the Kendall, I think Kendall Jones. I don't know if she likes it having her in the freezer.
Wow, yeah, that's a good topic.
People started saying Kendall Jones challenge. I'm gonna go see how long I can stay in the freezer. Like that's wild.
Wow.
That's cold. It's kind of like that kind of stuff. It's like, you know, I understand. Like I'm the first to laugh out loud. That's the joke. Sometimes you gotta step back and say like, what is this feeding?
Right.
You know, anything that's positive on Facebook, Instagram, unless it's by a famous person, nobody really cares about it.
Right.
It's an average person doing something great, so. But if it's an indecent person doing something fucked up, that person's gonna freaking break YouTube or something.
Let me ask you a question though. Do you think society has gotten extremely soft, like overly emotional? To me, I feel like there was a time when men were men, women were women. Like a man would just take care of his business, and I'm not taking away credit from the gentlemen that's out here taking care of their business, but to me, it seems like now like men are extra sensitive, they're extra emotional, they're quick to have their feelings hurt. Like I I'm not saying not to express yourself. Mental health is very important. However, you got to differentiate mental health from being a softie, you know, and taking care of your business. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I think it's kind of like this, you know, everything, how they say everything in fields and stuff is like pendulums and swings. And it's like, it's that for such a long time of like one thing I always think of is how people say like, no, thing that boys don't cry. And no, I agree. Anybody shouldn't be crying over things that don't matter. You shouldn't be crying because you didn't get Nintendo Switch for Christmas. You shouldn't be crying because your mom bought you crispy rice instead of Rice Krispies. But I think what is that we've been used to society as holding things in for so long that now it's finally no longer taboo, that people are running with it to the other extreme now and kind of using that excuse to go for it and be over emotional on everything.
Right.
And you know, I think another couple of years the pendulum's just gonna swing back, because it's like a floodgate. We're finding people to express things. People are able to do poetry about things inside of like securities, being a man, providing, the freshness of that, what that means, how, you know, I say keeping those tears in, you know, mental health destroys you because you gotta express everything within that.
Right, it does. But I also think, you know, you wake up and you don't feel like going to work, but you just got to do it because that's the right thing to do. You have a gut check. You look in the mirror. I got to feed my kids. I got to pay the bills. I got to be a man. I got to be a woman. I got to take care of my responsibilities. To me, when I was talking to the gentleman at the gym today, and he was telling me a bunch of nonsense, and I'm not even going to get into it with him, but I was telling him he was trying to make it racial, and I was indicating to him it's deeper than race, you know, like honestly, at the end of the day, God don't care if you black, white, Spanish, green, Asian.
Facts.
But like I seen people with a lack of hard work ethics act the same. I've seen people, grandparents pass away, uncle pass away, they get a ton of money, life insurance policies, they get hedge funds, they get real estate, equities, pretty much resources like crazy. And when they get these resources, people that we know, I'm not gonna mention him, but anyway, there's people, there's people we know who have ran through resources because they never earned it. It doesn't mean anything to them. It's insignificant to them. And I've seen similar-minded people when the government is giving them Section 8, the government is giving you EBT, the government is giving you money, SSI. So you don't really value the money. You don't appreciate it because you didn't earn it yourself.
But there's a lot of stuff, just like people understand, is that a lot of times when people hear these terms, they immediately think, black and they immediately think
it's a stereotype.
But it's everybody. If you look at the numbers, everybody uses these systems. It's just like what's in the media portraying these groups as being lazy.
So certain particular group, they gonna is like the black sheep, you know. So someone has to be blamed for why all these things is happening. But in the grand schemes of things, everyone else is being benefiting from these systems, right? So for example, when you deal with welfare, right? A lot of people say, oh, there's a lot of black people that's on welfare, but relatively speaking, last time we checked the census, they're saying that it's mostly Chinese. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Chinese and some Jews and then the blacks. That's all part of the welfare system. But they will highlight a certain particular group because they gotta take the light off certain group.
These don't mix. Like we born in Staten Island. We live in Staten Island. I know kids who live in New Brighton, West Brighton, whatever. Shout out to them. And they live in places like projects or the hood, whatever. And they drive nice cars, and people, oh my God, they're lazy. They got that car because they're on welfare. But then I've seen a kid with family, grandpa passed away, left them a house. They work a job that's not like a college educated job or whatever, or they have a certain attitude. They don't want to put too much work in. They lazy themselves.
Right.
But it's like they have that family giving them the resources.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, they act the same way. They both want the Jordans. They both want to go out on the weekend. They both want to smoke the little tree, whatever. Like, so my point for saying this is that, you know, we can't like be stereotypical, and like they both have similar characteristics.
Yes.
And to me, the working man, the middle class, the working people, those are the people who are the backbone of society. They the ones who wake up every day, bust their ass, you know, work hard. But I think the middle class get the least. I think we get the least out of everybody.
Right.
I think everybody else have some kind of handout, some kind of favor, some kind of, but we don't have a voice. You look at politics and they throwing on Republican, Democrats. And I'm not saying I'm anti-political, I'm some kind of anarchist or something, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of times working people, we get.
Yeah, I think when you speak on that, which is very good, you know, as far as what you just said, like, you know, this person's from this side, that person from that side, they all got trickle down benefits,
right?
And they don't understand how to handle it. So, you know, it's like you're saying, like, if something is handed to you and you never was taught how to work the game, that you know,
I'm paying rent since I'm 21.
Yeah,
I'm paying mortgage since I'm 28. Let me ask you a question. If I was getting that kind of money handed to me, ooh.
Right. So and then you go back to politics, Democratic, Republican. To me personally, I think those are like sideshows. That's distractions to tell you what's really going on. What's really happening that we're getting away from is people working together, you know, coming together to find a common ground to resolve these issues. And I think the people got so they got disconnected from. It's the people that run the government system.
Right.
We think that it's the government that run the system. We rely on the government to give. No, you don't need the government. It's just everyone has to work together collectively to try to make it a better world. And how we do that is by putting all that prejudice stuff, and all that other stuff to the side and try to connect as one. You know what I mean?
Big Storm, this dude was telling me Obama was the worst president ever. And he was saying that because he's a white guy, racist, whatever. And I love white people, I do. It's one of the flyest people I know, some white people. You know, I'm not racist. And I know other people telling me Obama's great. They don't know anything he did. They just know he's a black man. You know, and I saw other people. I hate Trump. And he's an asshole. I hate Bush. It's like, it's too much to me. Really, it's too much to me. You know, it's not, you know, I know some people, you know, there's a biblical story one time where, you know, there was a guy got beat up on a road, and his fellow cats just walked right by him. They was walking right by him, and what do you call him? Samaritan? Yeah, the Good Samaritan assisted him, and the Samaritan wasn't from the same background, same ethnicity. So, you know, and in addition, like, I'm not worried about Donald Trump. Donald Trump got his. Don't get me wrong, Donald Trump. If you want to give me something, take that Lucci, man. I'm all hands for it, but joking. But you know, Donald Trump got his, Obama got his. Time for you to get yours. You know, put a game plan together, a realistic game plan. Everybody can't be in the NBA. Everybody can't be in the NFL. Put a realistic game plan together. CDL licenses, there's education, there's trade schools, city jobs, and you know, sometimes you got to start from the pavement and work yourself brick by brick up. You know what I mean? And
I agree.
It takes time. It takes patience. Nothing happens overnight. Nothing that's worth it happens overnight. Sometimes we get caught up with like false illusions and this and glamour. Nah, you gotta put time in. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss sometimes. That's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And that goes for, you know, in my house, I'm Trump. I'm Obama. In my crib, I pay these bills. I take care of my business. My son, my wife, very happy. My niece, she see me, she don't want nothing. She has it because I make sure she got it. So my people, my brothers, they need it. I got it. If I don't got it, I'm gonna bust my ass to get it for them. That's the mentality you gotta
Hard work,
have.
hard
And I
work.
don't mean, little trap me, little, asking mommy, daddy. Nah, you gotta be a man sometimes. Look in the mirror and say, you know what? God gave me the ability to make it happen, so I'm gonna make it happen. No
Not to be
excuses.
vulgar, hold your own nuts.
Yes, no
You know
excuses.
what I mean?
No
So,
excuses.
Not to change up the topics,
What's
fellas,
up?
but
What's up? What's up? What's up?
we're dealing with the current events, right? So
Yes.
what do y'all feel about these sexual harassment that have been this polarizing across the television station for the last month or two? What do you think? Just your opinion. I just want to get a take. You said it all.
You know what? I feel like, no disrespect. I any woman or any person who's been sexually mistreated, molested, offended, that's not acceptable. And you have every right to do what you gotta do. It's not acceptable. In society, we can't let our young ladies become victims. It's not acceptable for women to become victims. Women are beautiful. Their mothers, their wives, their grandmothers, our aunts.
Leaders.
They're beautiful. They're strong. They're the creators. They hold us, nurture us. So it's not acceptable for women to be disrespected, taken advantage of, especially for your little slimy. What can I say? Your little, real man. Real man gonna try to molest no woman. No real man gonna, that woman gonna want to give up them cookies. But you know what? If you ain't got it like that, you just ain't got it like that. Player, do me a favor. Ain't worth it. But moving forward, a lot of allegations, and what I don't like is, that Me Too trick. The song Horse and Carriage, Cameron. When it comes to Jimmy, I said Me Too. Like everything is not Me Too. Oh, I got hit. Yo, I got hit too. Oh, I got hit. It becomes like foolish sometimes. I think that, like I said, if it's real, of course, it's not acceptable. But if you're trying to get your little 5 minutes of fame, or if you open them legs, or just some other act off the strength of benefiting from it, and this dude is up here, he's married, he hold a certain status, and you did what you did to get that, and now 20 years later, 30 years later, you want to say something, I don't respect you. I don't respect it. And I'll tell you something else real quick, gentlemen, I'm sorry. I feel like this. A lot of people, they were happy when good times is happening. Money's pouring in, vacations, cars, resources are of abundance. But when everything stops, I look at Madoff. Everything stops. Then all of a sudden, oh, he's an animal. He's an animal. Now, give back all those experiences to them. Give back all the benefits you had all those years. Give it back. Give it back. If you truly were molested or something, you don't hold that in here all these years. You and I know women who have that happen to, and you can see the strength that they possess and how they anti certain things. You can't tell me like back in the day, you're going to Mike Tyson hotel room 3 o'clock in the morning to play cards. Like, get out of here. I don't respect that. You know what you was there for. No means no. I agree with that. However, don't tell me that you're in a certain situation. You were Bill Cosby at 3 in the morning going over a script. Okay, sure. Let's keep it funky.
And your take on that, Matt?
I think when it comes to a lot of these things, it's like the same thing we're talking about with the men's and the emotion these days. A lot of things have changed across the landscape, and especially in Hollywood, of things being exposed.
Right.
So you look at now, diversity. They want people of different cultural and ethnic backgrounds on the screen. They want people of different backgrounds writing. They want a greater involvement, because for the longest time, Hollywood was like just the gates. And you had these gatekeepers who, like you said, people having to do what they have to do to try to break in. That's you know, I kind of like agree with you and don't agree at the same time. You know, it's true of if you had an arrangement and you agreed to do a certain thing in a business, then hey, you can't talk bad about it after doing it, benefiting off of it, and it being cool until it becomes a bandwagon hop on. And at the same time too, you know, it's like it's the mix up. There are some people who are taken advantage of or in situations who just came so far and they have that moment of weakness of thinking what's one more thing or being taken advantage of. And then at the same time, there are a lot of people who have no integrity. There are a lot of people who do anything they have to get to the top.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Wow,
You're right.
deep.
Let me ask you a question. They brought up my man Russell
Simmons.
Russell Simmons, right? And you know he's a music mogul. And don't tell me that you're that naive. And, oh, Russell, I might even bash Russell, and if he did it, you know, he has consequence for it, not only here but in God's eyes. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
Right.
Don't tell me that Russell, a political mogul, a hip hop mogul, financial, you know, guru, guy was one of the faces of hip hop for a long time, feeding a lot of families, making a lot of moves, but at the same time, very powerful businessman. Don't tell me that you know, oh, he did this to me how many years ago, and you know, it's just like, to me, I'm gonna say what it's hard to buy. A lot of people aren't gonna say it because they're very afraid and they feel like backlash and stuff. But do me a favor, you can't backlash somebody who has been lashed enough. You know what I'm saying? You can't backlash somebody who's numb to the nonsense. You know, like I'm numb to a lot of stupidity. And, you know, I just don't believe that, you know, all of a sudden, you know, everybody's just opening up to these testimonies of hurt and tribulations. And you know, like I said, if it's something bad happened, you know, you need consequences for it. But you know, the bandwagon hoppers and people that's making stuff up, you know, that's not cool. It's not cool.
Yeah, and just to chime in a little bit on that, and I agree with what you and Matthew are saying is 100% correct. And also, to me personally, how I see it, I've seen it more of like a trend, right?
Right.
They have there's a certain period of time where the news sensationalize certain type of things that to distract you from the real issues. You know what I mean? Healthcare, the government. You know what I mean? What they're gonna do with the taxes. These are the real issues. I'm not saying that these issues with these women being sexually harassed or being taken advantage of in a position where someone has more authority and more power. I'm not agreeing to that. I'm saying those things are wrong.
And don't tell me like you on CBS and this guy is this big executive mogul and he just showing you his body parts. He just pulling his pants down. Did you also feel that it's comfortable? Is it okay to do these things as well?
I think a bigger problem too is once again at the hard line things the media, because
that's what I'm trying to say.
Because it's a
distraction.
Like music.
The other I would say the other part of not only is a distraction is the fact that it's things are done on purpose to like a mass awareness at the same time is a crutch, because mass awareness is also mass desensitization. So first of all, a lot of these women with these things going on, they've always been talking. It's not that all of a sudden this is the year people came forward. People have been coming forward. People have said this for years, and nobody cared. The media don't care.
No one
Because
will
even
listen
when
to
you look at people saying stuff about Trump, they were around the rug. When people have said over there stuff about this guy, that guy, the media at that time decided we don't care about this. So that's going to go on the third page somewhere. Maybe you'll get a follow-up for a week. But now, you know, everybody wants to.
No, but
play,
that's what
everybody wants to play the game of politics and looking like they're down for the cause.
But why is that? But my thing is, why it take this moment for this to happen? That's the puzzling aspect of it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
These things could have already been addressed or bring forward, but it's just it just seemed too optimistic.
Right.
The way everything is being positioned. Like there's, to me personally, when I see certain things in media taking place, there's a hidden agenda, right? And that's the bottom line, because it's just ironic. Bill Cosby, these other guys, and it's just been a snowball ever since then. But deep, like you said, you're absolutely correct. These things been taking place a long time ago. These women been coming out complaining to go to probably went to HR, make these complaints. Why now? This is taking place, and that's the good question, because to me personally, I don't think certain things is just projected out there. There's a hidden agenda. And that's just my
Tory Crews guy. He said something.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like, come
all
on,
of a sudden, I'm like, bro,
God.
And then they had Mariah Carey dancing saying, "Oh, she touched me."
It's like
I said,
it's
fam,
come on,
come
it's
on,
now,
fam.
it's now,
It's not
it's
what
these,
It's
these
not
are,
what them.
no, that's
Come
the question now, because all right, I'm not saying these women haven't been sexualized, but now, what if? Because now everyone is doing this, it's a trend. Okay, this person look at me wrong, I feel sexually harassed. I feel a certain way. Now it's becoming a little bit. You get what I'm saying? It's a little bit now. The authenticity of it is in question right now. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not. That's not happening. Now we say every woman, every man will say this guy might. You say a normal joke. Now you're twisting the conversation to create.
They try to say what's that actor? He played on Daredevil. What's his name?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. They try to say, oh, he also was accused of molesting this girl, and the girl was like, no, he didn't. He's 21, he's 23 years old.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's too.
You know, but as you know, like I said, it's just like, because so there's two parts of this that I'm on both sides of it, because I've seen both sides of it person to my person. One part is that it's one of the big reasons why the question of authenticity comes up is not necessarily because because those are good points, and people do say things to get attention, get to the eye. But a big reason for the question is because the media. The media is flooding it. Right. The same way when you see it, it's like when you look at people killing. When YouTube first came out, and there was no rules. There were videos of people being killed, being tortured. Right. At first, everybody was horrified. Said, "Oh my God, it's terrible." But now, years later, YouTube, Instagram, these sensations, it's been shoved down our throats so much.
Like years ago,
we see horrible things. Look at Libya. There's the Libya right now with all that slavery shit. This shit's terrible. I see horrible pictures of people drowning, raising babies in the water, in the water. But we're so desensitized to seeing violence in media
becomes
that
a norm.
People don't really care. And it's also it's a fucked way to say it, but it's also about trends. Terrorism is the trend. Right. Anything terrorist related is blown up, and people care about it.
Prior to terrorism, it was like, these gangbangers, these neighborhoods, these poor neighborhoods, these crimes are the biggest things. It's the problem with the country. And then after that, now it's terrorism. So you're right about that. And everything was like 9/11. After 9/11, it's all terrorism.
And this is, like you said, not to cut you off, but comment on Matthew he's 100% right.
Right.
I think it's a trend. That's how I look at it. It's a trend right now, and let's see what next they're gonna spin. And I think sometimes when you look deeper and you look under the underlayer, there's a bigger issue or a bigger agenda that's being hidden, right? So we're talking about our life right now, the taxes, okay, the economy, okay, new jobs. All these things is not being questioned because you put these politicians in position, statesmen, congressmen, to oversee these things, these agenda. He's the voice for you, the voiceless. So, and I think we're getting away from that. And I think we're sensationalized different things that has, not saying it's not important, it is important, but we get misguided. And if you use the communication, which is the media, they could lead you down the rabbit hole if you're not slick enough to think about it.
Yes, not even slick, smart enough.
Smart, yeah.
And also, like we were looking at some videos and stuff, and they show like these videos. This kid from 6'9" or something from Brooklyn, Bushwick, and 21-year-old kid. In the video, they have a whole bunch of bloods and throwing up gang signs. Wow. And the kid had like pink hair, purple hair, and stuff. And this is what they glorify. Like this is what the media you know, this is what the video, the cameraman, the image, the producers wanted you to see. This like the scenery. I'm from Brooklyn. I went to Brooklyn a couple of weeks ago. I mean, I don't see a bunch of kids walking around with blood bandanas in the hood, and cops walking by like they nervous and stuff. This is what the media want you to think the same way, you know, like they want you to, you know, expose certain lifestyles for you to purchase products, and also to create a certain image. You know, I remember when, how can I say it, like at a certain time point, society, they used to look at certain, I'm sorry, John, society used to look at certain things like this is the norm. Now the norm has trended away because the media wants to make more products, sell different, sell to a new audience. So then they want to display this. When this has become washed up, they want to do it to something else. So it's like, I think the media, as much as you can market, you can market things and advertise things a little bit better. And you know, I think you should be accountable for how you try to divide and conquer, how you divide people up, how you try to show and display, you know, the youth, different parts of the world. You know, Kevin Durant went to India, and he was like, "This place is poor, man. I didn't like what I saw." He said, "A couple places from the palace is like places with no doors and windows, but they will never show that on, you know, TV. They just want to show like the fancy hotels, you know, NBA for India, NBA around the world, but they don't show, you know, certain things."
The horrific part, the worst
but then in Brooklyn, they don't show the uptrends, the community going up, all the good things that people do for the community. Fabulous just got the key to Brooklyn. They don't show positive stuff. What they do, they want to show like this kid with pink hair and guns and.
I think because they made it, and you said it best about it. Like the main, like of course every decade there's always a big thing going on that the media tries to cover up, stuff for war, stuff for whatever. You know, gentrification. You have people with conspiracies. You want to see space programs. You want to say this, but I think at the true heart of everything, and this stemmed from why JFK was killed. It stems from why Martin Luther King was killed. Is that their main enemy is unity. And I don't even like watching the news because it's so polarized, and all you see is
what they want you to.
That's not just saying what they want you to see, but all you see is reasons to fear and mistrust not only the world, but to fear and mistrust your neighbors.
Each other, right?
You have to like big thing with Ferguson. All Ferguson, I hate what I hated about watching Ferguson is that it wasn't all the coverage wasn't about really what was happening. It wasn't even about the injustice. All they kept pitting into it was black versus white. Anytime there's anything that happens, it's always polarized. Anything in the Middle East is us versus them. It's those savages over this fight. We had the revolution of Egypt. It's just violence. Like I didn't really hear a neutral platform why these people revolted. All I'm seeing in the news is people on fire.
Savages.
I'm hearing towers taken. I'm hearing people run. And all the news wants to do every turn is divide people. Even with overshowing a lot of different things, they want to divide how it identifies gender, men, women, whatever. They want to put everybody into different boxes. Have you staring out? It's like have you looking out your blinds, questioning neighbors, not questioning the greater things of what your country's doing, not questioning what the world's doing.
Exactly, and that's you know, I'm so grateful that you mentioned that, and that's what I was trying to say is that basically that's what they're doing instead of the people, because the people, their energy is what keeps everything going.
And I'm sorry to cut you off. Even in like Hollywood, you know, they make these movies, these Tyler Perry movies, these clown movies, and they try to make it like man versus woman, or it shouldn't be like that, you know. It shouldn't be like.
Well, you got to remember, it's supply demand. So if you're supporting,
I don't want this conflict is a solution.
Conflict sells.
Exactly. Yeah, supply demand.
As much as conflict sells, you know, conflict does sell. But why can't we have like some kind of unity? Like why can't we have something? Why can't they show something that's realistic? You know, I don't mean like a Cosby Show.
But that's why this
lawyer, the father.
No.
Why
But
can't they show something normal?
That's why technology today it's phenomenal. Like so, things that you want to see are taking place in the media or entertainment, now you have it at your beck and call. It's easy. Create your own script, write your own stories, and you could project what you wanted, your ideology.
Right,
So
right.
back in the days, you never had those opportunities. Now we do. So you have the opportunity to change the landscape. It's just a matter of people focus on those things.
Was it useful? I look at Facebook when Facebook came out. I thought Facebook was such a beautiful thing. I could talk to somebody in China.
Right.
I could talk to somebody in other parts of the world. Hear about what that world's like. See pictures. See what, like you said, like not in news coverage of Indian power. See what real life is like. See what the real struggles are like. See that we're worlds apart, but we're having the same struggles for food and shelter.
Right.
But then it becomes a super popularity. It becomes about people. Fake lifestyles, people, you know, like I remember the neighbor with her aunt one time was getting upset. She had made a Facebook profile, you know, she had friends in real life, friends were like, okay, whatever. And she's ranting and raving because so and so didn't like her picture, but she liked 5 other pictures. I'm like, what the fuck? Why does that really matter? You're gonna beat this person in real life for not caring about something that's not real?
Wow, that's crazy, man. And and it's sad because that's the world we're living in right now. And this is the whole point of our podcast is to bring up topics and make people think and second guess certain things that's taking place.
So that's not the political bullshit behind it. Real
Absolutely.
people have real opinions. The thing about a lot is that shit we say is gonna offend you, and shit we say is gonna piss you off. That's conversation. Conversation is not about walking on eggshells, not offending us. No, I'm gonna offend you, you're gonna offend me, and then we're gonna understand why we believe these things.
Right.
I'm not gonna do. I'm not. And people look at me a lot of crazy. People who are crazy, racist, all that stuff. I don't demonize them. I think it's fucked up that what you have these actions. I think it's fucked up that you harm somebody because of what you believe about them. However, people have to take into account that if you want freedom of speech and people can be whatever they want to be, people can believe whatever they want to believe. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is when you start taking hateful action towards them. I don't give a fuck if you can believe what you want to believe in the company home. It's cool. You feel if there's certain type of thing that you feel comfortable, it is what it is. But don't sit there raising up in arms if you see somebody walking down the street minding their business. Don't go and assault this person. Don't go and, you know, terrorize this person because of how what you have on the inside, that's you. It is what it is. There's no need to make that harm. There's no need to add to the destruction already that's going on.
Right. We try to find, you know, a solution to the problem. And that's basically what's our motive of our podcast, to get y'all guys out in the debate and maybe, you know, we'll have a session and communicate and make the world a better place. And that's what it's all about. You know?
And I want to make a lot of money. I want everybody to discover Big Smooth.
All right.
I love everybody. I love everybody. I wish everybody well. One more thing quickly, John. I know you got some money to make real quick, but a lot of people they ask me relationship questions. How to make the relationship better, and they're like, yo, wow,
That's a whole other topic.
that's a whole other topic.
Next time.
And that's what I'm gonna say next time. I kid you not, we'll go into full throttle relationships. I'll make sure your love life is straight. Your relationship will be successful, but you gotta listen. And before you listen and observe and think about it,
Definitely.
I'll make you have a very, very happy holiday.
Be good, don't be selfish.
All right.
Give what you like receiving.
Good night.
Good night.
Love you all.
Peace.
Peace.